I was lucky enough. I traveled with my father to Europe, England.
We often see the glitz, glamour, and unimaginable wealth of Arab sheikhs. Private jets, exotic cars, palatial homes, and luxurious lifestyles that seem straight out of a fantasy. But what about the side they don't want you to see? What's really happening behind those gilded doors? Sheikhs control billions, but does that power come without consequences? Beneath the surface, are these rulers facing unseen pressures? From secret alliances with global powers to manipulating their country's resources for personal gain? The media only shows us their lavish weddings and business ventures, but are they hiding darker truths about how their wealth is amassed and maintained? Questions about the true cost of their power linger, especially when allegations of human rights violations and financial corruption slip through the cracks. One thing's for sure, the sheikhs aren't just playing within their borders. They have their hands in Western politics, Hollywood deals, and global sports teams. But here's where it gets controversial. Are they funding hidden agendas and controlling narratives behind closed doors? Could they be shaping the world's power balance more than we realize? We like to believe their influence is limited to their oil money, but what if that's only scratching the surface? What the public sees is perfectly crafted, a curated image of benevolence and royalty. But stories of their personal lives suggest much more complexity. With multiple wives, mistresses, and children hidden from public view, these modern rulers often juggle personal dramas that could put soap operas to shame. Extravagant lifestyles sometimes mask the struggles they face, unresolved family feuds, secretive health battles, or a level of paranoia that comes with such immense wealth. Could it be that their seemingly perfect lives are built on fragile, well-guarded secrets?
This is my grandfather's house, where my father and mother and us lived here. No electricity at that time when I was born. Only these lights, you see?
And if these sheikhs have so much wealth and power, what else could they be pulling the strings on? We're talking billions, access to global leaders, and a level of influence that goes way beyond what most people even imagine. So, what else are they controlling behind the scenes? Think about it. With all that money and influence, could they be swaying decisions in foreign governments? It's not far-fetched to believe that their oil money, or even their business investments, are being used to push political agendas in Western countries. Are they making quiet deals behind closed doors, shifting the balance of power in ways we don't even notice? And who benefits besides them, obviously, from these covert alliances? We already know they've got a hand in sports and entertainment. Ever notice how many of them own soccer teams or invest in Hollywood? But what if that's just the tip of the iceberg? Could they be using their financial clout to control media narratives, shaping what we see and hear about their countries, or even themselves? Are we being fed a polished, sanitized version of the truth while they keep the real story hidden? What about their personal lives? We only get glimpses of their luxurious lifestyle, but what about the things that don't make it into the tabloids? Are there scandals, family dramas, or hidden alliances they're keeping under wraps? And let's not forget the darker possibilities. Are there more sinister secrets, like human rights abuses or financial corruption, that would completely destroy their carefully crafted image if they came to light? Here's the big question. Are they paying to keep things quiet? With all that power, are they using it to silence whistleblowers, journalists, or even members of their own inner circle? How much money is being spent to ensure that the real stories never come out? Are there NDAs, hush money deals, or even threats that keep people from talking? And finally, what if the truth did come out? How much of the world would be shaken if these hidden lives were fully exposed? Would their empires crumble, or are they so deeply entrenched in the global power structure that nothing could touch them? It's a chilling thought, isn't it? In the end, we're left with more questions than answers. But one thing's for sure. The image we see of these sheikhs is only a small part of the story. The real power plays, the hidden agendas, and the secrets they guard fiercely might be something we'll never fully uncover. Or maybe, just maybe, it's only a matter of time before the truth breaks through the facade. The 2022 FIFA World Cup in Qatar was a perfect example of the influence modern Arab sheikhs can exert on a global scale. Sure, it was marketed as a celebration of sports, but the behind-the-scenes controversies were endless. From allegations of bribery in securing the bid to the shocking human rights abuses tied to the construction of stadiums, it made you wonder, how far are these sheikhs willing to go to control their public image? Thousands of migrant workers were reported dead or injured during the preparation for the event, yet these tragedies were swept under the rug in favor of glossy opening ceremonies and celebrity appearances. Were these lives just a footnote in a larger PR strategy? If they can manipulate global sports, what else are they capable of bending to their will?
But whether that's stadiums, roads, railways, all the things that fans will use for this tournament, Hundreds of thousands of workers have faced abuses.
And remember when Princess Latifa, the daughter of Dubai's ruler Sheikh Mohammed, tried to escape in 2018? Her escape plan was straight out of a thriller, sneaking onto a yacht traveling under the radar. But here's the twist. She was captured mid-escape and hasn't been seen publicly since, aside from a few tightly controlled appearances. It made international headlines for a while, but then, like magic, the story fizzled out.
So I'm in a villa. I'm a hostage, and this villa has been converted into a jail. All the windows are barred shut. I can't open any window.
How does something like that just disappear from the news? Is it money? Influence? Fear? What kind of system is in place where even royal family members can't break free from their own palaces? And if that's happening within their own households, what other kinds of control are they exerting that the public will never see? And the ongoing war in Yemen is often framed as a civil war, but many don't realize the deep involvement of Arab sheikhs, particularly from Saudi Arabia and the UAE, in fueling the conflict. Billions of dollars are poured into this war, which has led to one of the worst humanitarian crises of our time. Yet, the role of these sheikhs in perpetuating violence is rarely the focus of major media outlets. Is it because they are quietly pulling the strings of global arms deals, influencing geopolitical decisions, or controlling international relations through their oil wealth? The silence from international allies suggests that maybe, just maybe, there's a mutual benefit to keeping these atrocities under wraps. Could it be that the devastation in Yemen is just another pawn in a much larger, hidden game of power? You might have heard about sheikhs investing in iconic brands like Uber, Tesla, or even major real estate in cities like New York and London. But it goes deeper than that. Behind the scenes, Arab sheikhs are slowly and quietly buying stakes in Western media conglomerates, tech giants, and sports teams. This isn't just about money, it's about influence. If they own the platforms that shape what we read, watch, and consume online, how much of what we know about the world is being subtly influenced or even controlled by them? Could they be shaping global narratives to protect their interests, spinning stories to keep their secrets hidden, and squashing coverage that paints them in a negative light? Imagine how much power someone has if they control both the wealth and the media. What would they choose to hide? The economic collapse of Lebanon in recent years is another event that raises eyebrows. While the country crumbled under the weight of corruption and mismanagement, some Arab sheikhs, often with deep financial ties to Lebanon's elite, seem suspiciously detached from the crisis. Money that once flowed freely into Lebanon's banking system from these wealthy rulers dried up overnight, leaving millions of Lebanese citizens facing economic ruin. Were these sheikhs playing a larger game, pulling financial support from the country at key moments to exert pressure or protect their assets? How many backroom deals were made to quietly protect their wealth while an entire country struggled for survival? And what happens when you have that much money at your disposal, but zero accountability for the consequences of your actions? Here's where all these events come together. If they control so much wealth, influence governments, manipulate media, and even have the power to make stories disappear, what's their end game? Are they building empires that will last for centuries while hiding darker truths along the way? Are they content with wealth and power, or are they secretly shaping the future of entire regions and even the world behind the scenes? And how much of what we see and hear is orchestrated by them? When you add up all the investments, the silenced controversies, and the unchecked power, it makes you question just how much control they really have and what they're willing to do to keep it. It's possible that their hidden lives are so deeply intertwined with global systems that we may never know the full extent of their influence. But as more cracks in the facade begin to show, the world is left asking, what else are they hiding? And when will those secrets come crashing down? But you know, the process of becoming the leader itself is a very hard thing. And if you want to know how and why, then you must watch our video, The Untold Truth About Being the Arab Prince. Until then, goodbye. See you in the next video.